Hey, you there. Are you tired of living on the ground? Your small little house touching that horrible green stuff we like to call grass? Are you also feeling small and low down? Looking up at iron golems with their big, muscly, long arms. Well, let me tell you about something amazing called tree houses. Today, I'll be showing you 5 different tree houses made in the style of each of the 5 different trees we have in Minecraft. I know there's 6 trees in Minecraft, but let's be real. Dark oak is horrible. No one likes you, dark oak. So, let's start off with our first type of tree, which is the oak tree. Features of the oak tree include leaves and wood. Now, I've built many tree houses in this sort of style before, just oak wood with oak leaves. Just a normal looking tree, basically. You got a big trunk, you got some roots coming off the bottom, and you've got a wooden house as well in the middle of it. Now, I tried to build every single house out of the wood that I was building the tree out of. So I've gone for oak here. I've obviously used some texture like stone for the roof just to make it look a bit more interesting. But at the moment, I'm just winding around these branches. You don't actually need to do this. You could just start adding the leaves on without the branches, but I like to add the branches just because it's kind of fun, and if you didn't want to add the leaves, it can still look nice. Although this part does take like 25 minutes to do, so if you've not got enough time, I wouldn't recommend doing this and just leaving it bare. But here it is, the oak tree. Let's go have a quick look around it. Quite a pretty looking build, if I do say so. We've got some sheep down here in a pen, plus some farm land underneath as well. You head up the stairs here to get to the front door. Because it's in a tree, it means you can make funky shapes. So if you look here, it only comes out to there, but then it sticks out at the top here as well, making it quite an interesting shape inside. So you've only got a small area down here, but if you head up the stairs, you've got quite a large area up here. So it's kind of like the bottom floor doesn't really matter. This is where you'd live on the top floor. Plenty of space for decorations and all the things you will need in a house. And the good thing about it is it looks really different from every angle you look at it from. So there you have it, the oak tree. Next up, we have the birch tree. Features of the birch tree include wood and leaves. For this build, I decided to go something a bit funkier than the usual type of tree house that I build by making a very tall, very skinny boy tree house. If you look at birch trees in real life, they're quite a skinny little tree. So I thought, let's emulate that in Minecraft by building this weird skinny house with a weird skinny pointy house on top of it. I don't know what I'm saying, just lots of skinny words. And I also decided no leaves on this one. It's winter at the moment, so that means trees have no leaves on them. Birch trees especially have no leaves on them. So I've added a load of funky, cool, weird branches. I've said funky way too many times now. I'm starting to sound like my mum. But as you can see here, it's a bit different to all the other houses. I actually didn't add a way to get into this house because it's so weird. I was a bit confused about what I was building, but I think it turns out looking pretty cool. Very unique and very different to the other tree houses I built this video. Now, of all the tree houses, this is the least practical. As you can see, there's a ladder here, but if you were to take it up, it takes a very long time, so I'm going to cheat in and fly in creative mode. It's very pointy, but it is very tall, which is very good for looking down on them iron golems and all those other noobs down there. Inside, quite a lot of the sides are covered off by all the weird branches, but from this side, you get a beautiful view over the rest of the birch forest. Not the most practical of tree houses, but what we're aiming for is not practicality in most of these, but to be tall, as we just lived that short life too long. Our third type of tree today is the spruce tree. Features of the spruce tree include wood and... Okay, we get it! They're all made out of wooden leaves. Shut up! Now, unfortunately, being the big idiot that I am, I forgot to actually record the time-lapse of me building the tree. Ha ha ha. Joel, you suck. I know, but here is me decorating the tree. We've got a basic, big old spruce Christmas-style tree here, and of course we're using spruce logs and spruce planks to make this look like a tree house worth living in. Of all the tree houses I built, this one is by far the most practical tree. The best one to live in. We've got multiple floors, we've got multiple rooms, we've got a farm, we've got some animals, we've got space for chests and enchanting areas and everything else you'd need in your Minecraft treehouse. Plus, we've got some flower pots and some grass and some garden, and it's more of a home than a tree, this build is, whereas the other ones are more of a tree than a home. But this one, oh boy, I could live in this tree and I'll be happy with my tree. In fact, with this tree, I found that I actually had too much space, too much spare room for activities. But you know what? That's okay, because we can expand. upon this tree. And here it is, in all its glory, looking magnificent, towering over the forest, looking down at all those small little dwarven trees. Yum. As I said, this tree is very practical. The entrance, practical. You come in here, go up a nice little staircase, you don't have to climb any ladders, and boom, out you come on the first floor. You've got a lovely view of the forest. You've got a fountain. You've got some crops. You've got space for lots of crops, in fact. You've got your armor stands looking out, protecting you. In here, you've got a nice little room with a bed, some chests, some more chests, an anvil, some furnaces, another furnace, some more furnaces, a crafting table, everything you will need. And then if you go back in the door you came from, you can go up another floor. And here we have some pigs, some sheep, a view, another building with some chests in it, some furnaces, some more chests, some sheep, everything that you would need. Very easy to maneuver around it. Up here, you have to climb a little ladder, but that's okay because once you get up here, you've got a view, some sheep, I'm just kidding. You've got some furnaces though, and an anvil, plus this weird water feature, which has no use whatsoever. And of course, a little building here as well, which I've put an enchanting table in, although you can't actually fit the bookshelves around. That bit's not super practical, but that's okay. But there you have it, a spruce tree, perfect for the family to come visit. Next up, the tree of choice is the Acacia Tree. Features of the Acacia Tree include wood, leaves, plus that weird little thing it does where it sort of, you know, cuts off to the angle. What is that? I can tell you what it is. It's opportunity, Joel. Opportunity to make a weird little angle, which I actually quite struggled making at first, just trying to make it look natural and actually like an acacia tree. As you can see here, I think I did a pretty good job, although it is a bit flat on the leaves front. But that's because we're going to use these leaves as a base for our house to live on. And we're not going to do just a regular old house on each story. Oh no, we're going to make this funky. We're going to have a beautiful acacia plank house here. Look at the oranges, the colours it gives off. It's something beautiful, something orange, something beautiful. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, but as you can see, I start adding a little turret onto the top of this house here. This turret is to link up the two layers of the acacia tree. So of course I put some ladders in it so you can access the top of your tree house from your treehouse bottom level. On the top level, I put a nice little barn for some animals to live in. Plus, I built some farmland as well. This is a very practical house also. Although it's high up, it's fine. It's practical still. We can have everything we need up here. We don't need to leave and go down below. We can live in our treehouse, not see anybody, just live there forever, never leave. Always want to stay in the treehouse. The treehouse is amazing. I love the treehouse so much. It's not creepy whatsoever. I just really want to live in the treehouse. I like the treehouse a lot. It's a really nice treehouse. Don't know what happened there, but here is the treehouse, which I think looks amazing. I'm really happy with this one. To get up, it is a ladder, although this is slightly more protected. You got the fence on the side, and you head up to the first floor here, where we have space for decorations. We could have like our bed in here, a kitchen, a lounge area with some amazing views out across the world. Then you head up this little ladder here to another ladder, which you go all the way up. You've got a floor here you can look out on, and then you have another floor up here which you can also look out on. But this floor also leads out to the barn, where we've got some crops here. You can go in, trim your crops. And then we've got some sheep in the barn over here. Not very safe, this one. You could just fall off the edge, but I'm going to rely on my wits to never fall off and be very careful with where I place my steps. Look at this. Just all skill, all skill. Don't fall off at all. Ooh, playing right on the edge. Not going to fall off at all, though, am I? Look how close to the edge I am. Oh, but there you have it. A very unique treehouse indeed, in the style of the acacia tree. The fifth and final tree type we are building is, of course, the jungle tree. Jungle tree features include the fact it's a tall boy and it has vines. Plus leaves and wood. Welcome to the jungle, where we've got tree houses. So the great thing about jungle trees is that you don't really have to build a massive tree for these, as the trees are already massive and perfect for tree houses. I did plant one, however, in the middle of the little lake there because I wanted to add this little bridge construction to make this look a little bit interesting. My favourite thing about this jungle tree house is that I could have just never finished it. I could just go on forever, add loads of different sections. Instead, I decided to show you a few sections which which I thought were quite cute. So I built this little house here, watching over the bridge and the lake. Now, if you've seen my One Life episode, you'll know that I've got loads of different buildings for loads of different things. That would work perfectly for this jungle. As you can see, I build a little sheep pen here, I build a little cow pen here, and I also build a farm for crops and stuff like that. I could have built forever on this, add loads of different buildings, an enchanting room, a chest room, whatever you want to add. The possibilities are endless. And here it is, looking really grand and nice. The only entrance at the moment is this little staircase here, but you could add multiple entrances to this place from the ground upwards, and it just looks really cool when you're walking along these massive bridges. You've got this big tower here, which has got ladders in it, although you could add different things onto each floor. You could have something there, like some chests in here or something. But once you get out here, you got to the main building that I was going to have as like a home. I had some beds here, double bed, look out across the bridge. You got another building which has your furnaces in. I've got some sheep, some cows, and the wheat, of course. And you could just link off wherever you wanted to. You could build off in that direction. You could build off from up here in that direction. I think for my next survival build, I'm going to build in a jungle, as it just is so awesome and the possibilities are endless. But there you have it, guys. Those are the 5 tree houses that I have built for you. Leave a vote in the top right hand corner of the screen for which house you think is the best, and also comment below if you've got any ideas for future videos in a similar style to this. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like and a comment, and I shall see you another time. Goodbye.